No, you were not first, half cut. John Smith was first. What's up, people? Checking in from my hotel room. My third night here. Checked in Friday. Good morning, Fat J. It's not exactly morning, but I am fat. What kind of cold ones? Well, since I'm not in my truck and I'm in a hotel room, I can admit to you guys I am drinking a little bit of adult beverages today. I'm drinking Captain Morgan spiced rum and Canada Dry cranberry ginger ale, the sugar-free one. Yeah, you guys like my hair slicked back? That's just with water. I don't buy fucking hair products. Men shouldn't buy hair products. Captain Morgan is not sugary. Google it. Google Captain Morgan spiced rum right now and tell me what it says about total carbohydrates. It's probably about 3 grams per shot. Rum comes from the sugar cane. I know that, moron, but it doesn't have carbs. It might have 3 grams of carbs per shot. It's one of the biggest myths in the world of alcoholism that rum has a lot of sugar in it. Maybe flavored rum, but this is spiced rum. Captain Morgan is popular with the PM crowd. Liquor isn't exactly good for strength. You know, it's funny you say that because I actually feel a lot better drinking hard liquor. The amount of sugar that's in beer kills me. I wake up sometimes feeling like I got hit by a truck, and it's not from the amount of alcohol in the beer. It's the crash from all that goddamn sugar. It's kind of boring without the tart around. Well, that and it just I think that while his channel's gone, so I guess I should take back what I said. Um, we used to have so much more fun with the Order 66 if Jason would get involved. I haven't listened to the entire podcast. No, I would not be interested in prepping you for a bodybuilding show. I have zero experience. Why don't you I'll tell you, Lenny knows how to get ripped and lean. Dale doesn't. Dale has to pay someone. Was that 585 that guy tore his pec? I thought it was 495. I didn't see the sixth plate. I tried to count the plates. I thought it was five. I thought it was 495. He had six plates on there. Jesus Christ, that wasn't very smart. Yeah, that's a horrific accident. He's fucked. But hey, I'd rather tear a pec tendon off the bone than do what I did in South Dakota and tear both quad tendons off the bone. So he'll be all right. He can walk. Walking is always more important than anything in the upper body. He's got a hand that's he can feed himself, he can wipe his own ass, and he can walk. He's going to be fine. But yeah, that isn't very smart. I wouldn't go fucking six plates on the incline. Jesus Christ. I'll probably never go four plates again on the incline. His surgery was successful. It was 495. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad his surgery was successful. I wonder how long he'll be out. I mean, he's a young guy, I assume. He didn't look like he was even 30 years old. He raised 20 grand on a GoFundMe to pay for it. 20 grand ain't going to pay for that surgery. Yeah, I'm surprised Larry Wheels hasn't tore more shit. My pec is actually doing pretty damn good. I think last Saturday I bench pressed 225 for 15 reps, and this week I decreased the reps and I did four sets of eight, with my top set of eight being 245. Let's see, I did 225, 230, 235, 240, all for sets of eight. Yeah, that's what I did. So it's not bad considering not too long ago I was doing fucking sets with just the bar. I came back a lot quicker than people expected because I was humble enough to go in there and just bench press the bar. You know, you listen to a goddamn doctor, he'll tell you no weights for 12 weeks. Well, I don't believe in that. I think you should be bench pressing a broomstick as soon as you are fucking able, and then work out with just the bar for a few weeks. Shit, and then I think I was adding tens on each side. I think I was going 45, 65, 85. I mean, that's pretty embarrassing when you're over 300 pounds and you're in the gym and you're after a couple of weeks of bench pressing, your top set's 95 pounds. But that's what you got to do. What's bigger, Lenny's gut or Brad's head? I would say Brad's head because Brad really thinks he's awesome. I saw the clip of Brad really trying to put Lenny down. Not cool, man. I don't know who Brad thinks he is. Calling Lenny a failure at everything he's ever done. I mean, come on, man. Brad doesn't think he's got a bunch of failures in his life. I mean, for Christ's sakes. And then Brad had the nerve to go after the man's job, saying that he stayed at a dead end job for 28 years. Wait a second. Isn't a letter carrier a dead end job? I mean, come on, man. I never asked Train to be a Freak to take down any videos. Why should he? I'm not all butthurt about the shit Train to be a Freak said about me. I mean, who cares? If I was butthurt and really told the guy, like, hey, man, now that we're cool, bro, would you take those videos down? I would feel like a complete pussy saying something like that. Tom Tassellas, $20 from Montreal, Canada. Thank you, Tom. Tom is a retired policeman from Canada. Real good guy. I've been friends with Tom uh, long before I was on Instagram. Tom is probably one of the first bedroom bully fans I've ever interacted with. Livia left Nate for PMs at the U. I don't know what the U is. Yeah, I think my bottle of Captain was like $18. Jay, what is your favorite kind of canned chili? I don't have a lot of experience with canned chili, but as a truck driver, I probably should. I mean, canned chili is a great way to get protein and some good carbohydrates and fiber all in a can. Seems like a pretty good fucking situation. I need to get into canned chili. Chili dog in it. Yeah, my sense of smell is fucked. Um, the other day, um, I scratched my armpit and I decided to try and smell my fucking finger to see if my sense of smell was coming back. I couldn't smell a fucking thing. And I know for a goddamn fact that shirt I was wearing had to have had some BO on it. Jay, you should TP Bradford Manor. That's retarded. Did you accept Brett's apology? Brad said on the podcast, I don't deserve an apology, which it's, it's Brad's opinion that he shouldn't apologize to me. Whether I deserve one or not, that's really not up for Brad to decide. It, the only choice Brad has is if he feels he wants to. He has no right to say I deserve or don't deserve. Who the fuck does he think he is? God? I mean, for Christ's sakes, you know, it, a lot of religious people think what Brad did by keeping that child alive is an abomination. I don't think the Amish community have kids that rely on feeding tubes, do they? They they let the mother, get to know the young one, and then within a few hours that little one expires. That's the way God intended things to be. So for Brad to say I don't deserve an apology, he's playing God. He just is too stubborn. It expire. You guys like that term? No, I mean it's true. A lot of really religious people don't think that you should keep people like that alive. If if a child isn't viable outside the womb, you're really supposed to let it expire. I mean, if it can't take to the tit, if it can't suckle a nipple and get the nutrients it needs, if it can't breathe the air on its own, you're not supposed to keep them alive. Let it expire, Father. That's that's fucking great. That's going to be the new term. Expire. Around 1200 AD, cripples were lower than murderers in society. Well, that's wrong. That's really wrong. Let it wither. No, babies that aren't supposed to survive will usually die within a few hours, unless medical people take extraordinary measures. Throw them off a mountain. It's Spartaning. That's fucking great. Yeah, I say medical people. I mean, a nurse knows how to keep a baby alive. Doesn't have to be a goddamn doctor. Doctors aren't exactly the smartest people. They're just good at school. I've met plenty of nurses that are smarter than a lot of doctors. You are the devil personified. No, uh, I'm just realistic. Uh, let it expire, Father. I don't know what the deal is. Like, if a baby's, I mean, obviously a baby does not have a do not resuscitate fucking, uh, like an elderly person or even young adults. You can get a do not resuscitate, so that if you have something go wrong with you, they don't bring you back to fucking life. I mean, I personally wouldn't want to be a vegetable if I had a fucking stroke. Thoughts on abortion? Um, I'm pretty hypocritical when it comes to abortion because, and I'll tell you why. If abortion was never legalized, there would probably be at least, and I can't remember the exact figure, 20, that's this number, 20 million seems low. It's got to be more. There would be at least 20 more million PMs running around. Yeah, that's got to be low because abortion has been legal since 74. That's fucking 45 years. But you got to figure, I don't know. But if abortion was never fucking made legal, fuck. This country would be a complete fucking mess. Oh, Gorilla Juice is already texting me. What's a PM? I'm not going to say it. Someone say it in the comments. Jay, what's it like to be miserable, depressed, and intoxicated 4 days a week, realizing that you're no longer relevant to society? Dude, I only drank 3 times last week. I drank Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Today's a new week, brother. What the fuck? Did you graduate school or are you a Dale Chance? If you want to figure out how many days a week you drink, you go Sunday to Saturday. So today's Sunday. So I've already drank one day this week. Last week I drank Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I drank 3 days last week. I never drink four. I shouldn't say never, but 3 days is enough when you party like I do. Uh, Dale Chance went to school at Kmart. That's fucking awesome. Why have you been drinking hard liquor lately? Um, I I don't get as sick. I mean the beer and I mean the sugar in beer is fucking just makes me fucking crazy. I don't think I black out on hard liquor either. I think I get diabetic crazy on fucking beer. Thoughts on the Ryan Crowley pec tear? We already went over that. I think it's horrible. I'm glad his surgery went well, but when I was watching that video, it seemed I didn't watch it. I mean I kind of looked away and whatnot, but it seemed like he was taking that down a little slow, like almost doing a negative with it. That's fucking not smart. Party? Is it sit in a room and drink? You could party by yourself, asshole. Haven't you ever heard the song I Drink Alone by George Thorogood and the Destroyers? Yeah, I just slicked it back with some water because I looked in the mirror and I thought, Jesus Christ, if I go on camera with the way it looks, these guys are going to do nothing but make stupid fucking comments because it was looking like a blonde Q-tip. Is drinking a way to commit a gradual suicide? Not necessarily. A lot of people can fucking be problem drinkers for fucking decades. Yes, suicide is fun with liquor. That's disgusting. You guys ever see the movie Leaving Las Vegas with Nicolas Cage? It's fucking disgusting. Jay, are you natty now? No. Friday night, um, I did my weekly injection. I'm only doing one shot a week right now. And I did 300 trenenthenate and 500 primobolan. I'm doing kind of a upside down stack. I'm only doing I went I found my old syringes because I've been using these 2.5 cc syringes. I got off fucking eBay and I can't stand them. They only fit 2.5 cc. And if you're only doing one shot a week, for Christ's sakes, you need 3 cc's. And the most 3 cc syringes usually hold about 3.5. So I filled up 1 cc of my Test E 300, and then I filled up all the rest with my Primobolan 200. So about 2.5 cc's of Primo 200. So that's 200, 400 plus another half, 500. So it's kind of a upside down cycle where I'm doing more anabolic than testosterone. Generally, you want your testosterone to be higher, but with a drug like Primo, it doesn't matter. That's one of the cool things about Primo and Equipoise is you can do an upside down cycle. You don't have to do shit tons of tests to keep your dick working. You do an upside down cycle with fucking Deca, dude, nothing's gonna get you hard. With Deca, at the bare minimum, your dosages should be equal with your testosterone. And a lot of people think that should be really more like 2 to 1. Your testosterone should be twice your DECA. So, yeah, that's my base. I'm basically just cruising on test and primo right now. So, I know a lot of you guys think 800 milligrams. That's not cruising, bro. Fuck, one shot a week. I call that cruising. Drink vodka, Jay. No brown liquor for me. Where do you inject, Jay? I prefer it in my buttocks. How about that? Father, 350 milligram slash PW for healthy sports TRT question mark. I don't know what PW is. Oh, per week. Technically, 350 is not going to be considered TRT. Um, I've generally TRT. Um, you can't really call it TRT once you go above. I would say, well, the medical community is going to say 250, but shit, if you got some good gear that's 300 per cc, who's not going to pin a full cc of test? I mean, that's homo right there to not pin a full cc of test. I don't care if you got test 400, you pin a full cc, for Christ's sakes. Why do you waste your money on gear? Well, you're not going to be a bodybuilder powerlifter. There's no point. Actually, watch some of Tony Hughes' videos, dude. You're a moron. You're actually healthier on a little bit of gear as you get older. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I'm doing 300 milligrams a test. There's no way that's bad for you, and and having low T is much worse for you than doing 300 mgs a week. And if you think I'm harming myself with 500 mgs of Primo a week, you're a fucking clown. Jay, would you ever adopt? Yeah, like if there was some real exceptional football talent, like a PM from the projects that didn't have a family, that I knew I could get into the University of Michigan, hell yeah. I don't delete comments, you assholes. Someone accused me of that earlier. I never deleted comments on here. I do have some banned words. So if you make a comment with a banned word in it, you might think that you added the comment, but it won't, no one else will see it. YouTube deletes them. Yeah, I don't waste my time deleting comments. The Cuban is laughing behind your back. You were just his ticket into the Misfits. Well, fuck him then. I'm going to dox his family. Do you smoke lots of heroin? No. And I don't even think you can smoke heroin. I know you can smoke fucking amphetamine, you can smoke meth, and you can smoke cocaine. I've never heard of smoking opioids. Train to be a freak is in the house. Tinfoil, bro. Chasing the dragon. Why are we talking about smoking heroin? If I was gonna want it, hypothetically speaking, if I wanted to get a heroin buzz, I would do a little key bump. I wouldn't smoke it or put it in my arm. Just do a little key bump. I mean, a key bump never hurt anybody. Hey Jay, it cheese. What's up, cheese? Oh, how many key bumps of coke do you want to do right now? Um, considering it's a Sunday night and I have to work tomorrow, I think I'll pass on the key bumps of Coke. But shit, if I was drinking last night, I would have liked a lot of key bumps. Jay, can I go continuous Anavar? I don't know what that means. Continuous, like never stop? I would never do that with an oral. But if you're going to do an oral, Anavar's the safest. Everyone knows that. Father, three best exercises for triceps. I went over that last week, I think. There's basically the three main exercises for the three heads of the triceps are the standing, the overhead tricep curl, the skull crusher, and the cable pushdown. You do those three exercises, you're hitting all three heads of the tricep. That Cuban communist bashed you, called you blubber. I died three times on H. That's not cool. I I wouldn't do skull crushers continuously. No, don't get me wrong. Yeah, that's a brutal exercise. Johnny Kills $2. Thanks. Cheers. Um, I don't know if you were listening a few weeks ago. I talked about my 3 week wave of triceps where leading up to that bench contest, I I did a different tricep each week for 3 weeks, and I did them in the proper order. I did I did the week one. I did the overhead tricep curl, and that hits the big fat meaty head on the tricep underneath your armpit. Week two, I did the skull crushers. That hits that small little head on the inside down by the elbow. And then week three, I did cable pushdowns. You do that little 3 week wave of triceps, switching exercises each week, your triceps will grow. From what I understand, the Pomps doesn't sell bedroom bully shirts anymore. I need to make a fucking drink. I got nowhere to set my phone. Where's my bed? You guys want to look at my bed? I can't imagine the comments while you creeps are looking at my sheets. Peeing. Look, Captain. Come to Daddy. We'll save a little. Canada Dry. Cranberry ginger ale with zero sugar. It's one thing I like about this big mug is you can put a lot of ice in there. Hold on, someone just sent 49 cents. What the fuck was that? Oh no, that was his name. I didn't see how much he sent. I need to sit in my other chair. That chair, this chair at the desk, the office chair, is fucking broken. Jay, you ever worry about your liver? No, my liver numbers are good. Guys, you got to remember, I only drink about 3 days a week. Alex sent $4.99. We appreciate you, Jay, sending you a little change for entertainment you produced over the years. Thank you, bro. Jay is deleting comments. I love it that you guys accuse me of doing that. Not welcome at Bradford Manor on podcast. I didn't know they were switching the location of the podcast. Jay, are there any plans to tackle your morbid obesity? We all care about you and your health. Thank you. Do you worry about drinking while on gear? No, because I'm not doing any orals. You guys got to remember one thing. Oral steroids are what gives steroids the bad reputation. Oral steroids are fucking horrible for you. Injectable steroids, there's basically little to no danger, with the exception of Tren. I've heard Tren is pretty toxic to your kidneys. The only real oral you're doing is Cuban. You are less interesting than McLeod. Now that comment hurt. Ninja sent $2.79 in some kind of strange currency. California money? What's CA mean? Oh, Canada. Tren is the best for gyno? I don't know what you mean by best. I know that Deca is probably the worst. And Masteron can actually help reverse gyno a little bit. Father's thoughts on busty naturals. I guess usually girls with nice natural tits are usually chubby. Father, did you hear Leather Daddy flip on Lenny? Yeah, I thought it was inappropriate. KTM 541 sent $5. Big J needs you back in the Misfits. Well, once Brad hears that he committed a mortal sin by not letting his daughter expire at birth, I doubt he's going to want to apologize. But it's true. You shouldn't keep something alive at birth that's not going to have a good life. You're sick, Jay. So what? I don't care. I was a healthy baby. See, when babies are fucking fucked up and all fucked up at birth, and doctors do everything they can to try and keep them alive, and let's say they live for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, all it does is cause everybody more pain. So you think I'm sick? Keeping something alive that you should let expire at birth is fucking sick. It causes more pain in the long run. Because let's say a baby is only on this planet for 3 hours. You know, the mother only bonded with that child for 3 hours. Let's say the medical authorities swoop in, they keep it alive for 6 months. That mother really fucking bonded with that child. Now you're talking about some serious fucking heartache. So don't tell me I'm sick. Dick Valentine, $2. Livia leaving Nate. I have no idea about the Nate Livia situation, nor do I really care. Father, from 1 to 10, how much hatred do you still have for McCuck? 1. I really don't even want to talk about McCuck. He's focusing on chemo, as far as I know right now. So leave the guy alone. Thoughts on Denmark? Ever been there? No, I've never been there, but I bet there's some smoking pussy there. Unless you've been invaded by PMs and Muslims. Danish chicks are kinky. I don't know any Swedish girls. Finland? Question mark. My grandfather was 100% Finnish. Finnish people aren't exactly the best looking people. I don't know why. I mean, they should have the same blood as Norwegians and Swedes. They just don't seem to be as attractive. I don't know why. But I'm using stereotypes. I'm sure there's some smoking hot women in Finland. Finnish people have a talent for drinking, right, and fishing. Jay, what's wrong with having a foot fetish? Um, the only thing wrong with having a foot fetish is if you're attracted to dirty, ugly, or disgusting feet. I mean, seeing a chick with a really clean, well taken care of, beautiful set of feet, and getting a little turned on, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's fucking freaks out there that get turned on by any feet. That's disgusting. Finns are the retards. That's not true. Finns just don't speak unless they know what they're talking about. Finns can be very quiet people because it, they don't want to say something that's not true, that they have no expertise on. So Finns can sit there and have a vodka and listen to the conversation. And if they don't feel they have anything to add to the conversation, or if you know, they can just sit there and listen, and everyone thinks they're unintelligent, but actually they're just as intelligent as anybody else. They just don't ever want to say anything that's incorrect. And I think that has a lot to do with being dominated by the Soviets post World War II. I mean, if you when you compare Finland to Norway and Sweden and Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark um, went to the west. Finland got occupied by the fucking Soviet Union. So that's going to change a people, But look, Finland has been free for what, 20 years now at least. So we'll see. I mean, Finns are eventually going to break out of that old stereotype. Finns have always been known as being a very stoic people, and there's really nothing wrong with that. Stoic doesn't mean you don't have intelligence. I mean, I'd rather be known. I'll never be known as stoic. I don't have that kind of personality, but I'd rather someone said I was stoic than he talks a lot. He's a jackass. I mean, come on, man. Would you ever date a black girl? Um, how black is she, and how much money does she have? Rooster Cutlery, father, does protein powder work? Dude, come on, man. I almost want to give your $5 back. What do you mean, does protein powder work? All right, I got a good answer to that. No. Eat real food. How about that? But if you're gonna miss a meal, protein powder can help in an emergency situation. But when you say work, you act like it's going to make you bigger and stronger. Nothing's going to make you bigger and stronger than real food. Put down the bodybuilding magazine, bro. Supplements aren't magic bullets. Supplements are people like Mark Lubliner that are after your shekels. That's the type of people that sell supplements. Why do we need Lord Vader? For a stronger Order 66. Father, would you marry an Arab girl? I've seen a lot of attractive Arab girls. Now, when you say Arab, I mean, what country are you speaking of? Because a lot of Arab countries, they aren't very dark skinned at all. Like Lebanon, would I marry a Lebanese woman? Fuck yes. Lebanese women are fucking. I shouldn't make a stereotype, but I've seen shit tons of smoking hot Lebanese women. So but Saudi Arabia, not so much. But Lebanon, yeah. Jay, how do you deal with depression? Exercise, adrenaline, uh, try and get an endorphin release doing something you enjoy. I don't care if it's a good bench press workout or a ride on a roller coaster or maybe taking a walk in the goddamn mountains or taking your Corvette for a rip. Do something to get a goddamn endorphin rush. And that suddenly makes everything seem better. May not fix your problems, but you know what? Everything seems a little bit more manageable once you do something to get an endorphin rush. Just don't do things for an endorphin rush that are fucking negative. Like drink Captain Morgan and ginger ale, for Christ's sake. Yeah, smoke a doobie if you're depressed. Actually, that's not a good advice, but father should join a Finnish dating website and marry a desperate Finn girl looking for a green card. That's not a bad idea. Um, you know what else I thought about is there's got to be a website for females in the military that want to marry a civilian, and while they're deployed, you get to do your own fucking thing. You only got to deal with their bullshit when they're back in the states. And most of that time, since you haven't seen them for a while, most of that time is just going to be fucking awesome. Fucking lot of fucking, a lot of having fun. And the first thing you guys are going to say, but Jay, she's going to cheat on you. Yeah, they're all going to cheat on you if they want to. Jay, would you marry a woman with kids? Adult children? Fuck yeah. At my age, just about every woman has kids. But Jason had the best advice on woman. There was no cheating. Jay wants a stepdaughter. That's fucking sick. I'm going to delete that comment. Thoughts on Italians? Um, Probably, even though that they may not be the best looking women in the world, probably my favorite women in the world. Colin Noel wants to know, no smokes today, Jay? No, I've been feeling like shit from smoking. I'm trying not to smoke. I'll tell you, it got out of control. Smoking like a fucking Indian chief, fucking three days a week just doesn't work. Because I was smoking like an Indian chief every time I drank. And I'm telling you, even if you don't smoke every day, if you smoke 3 times a week like a fucking Indian, you're not gonna feel good. Jay, thoughts on antidepressants? Why aren't you on them? I actually, my doctor actually gave me a script a long time ago for Wellbutrin, which is like a starter kit for antidepressants. It's the one they give to people to quit smoking, and the fucking side effects were so bad. I felt like I needed to drink a fucking 12 pack every night just to calm down. So that's not a good drug for me. If you want to drink more, get on antidepressants. You'll be drinking every fucking day. Have you ever smoked crack? I plead the Fifth Amendment. Sniff some Zoloft. I don't think you can snort Zoloft. A lot of pills don't work if you crush them up. Italians' best white genetics. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't northern Italians up near the Swiss border? I mean, northern Italians have blonde hair and blue eyes, correct? Or am I wrong? I'm talking about, I personally like olive skinned brunettes, like the southern Italians that probably have a little bit of PM in them from the Moors. Those chicks are fucking hot. I'm sorry. I know I'm a traitor to my race, but those dark skinned, dark haired Italian women are fucking hot. Do Molly if you're depressed. I don't think I would ever do Molly. Jay, thoughts on Latino women? I mean, they're very attractive. They're just, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with one because they will literally attack you over a text message. You could get a text message from a coworker, and if her name happens to be Lisa, and your girlfriend, Latino women are going to snoop through your phone while you're sleeping. That's just a given. And if she sees you got a text message from someone named Lisa, uh, y- she's going to start hitting you while you're still asleep. And I don't want to be in a relationship like that. Is Leo a good guy? Mark McInnes, $2. USA exists to subvert white culture for tiny hats. When you say tiny hats, are you talking about the Jews? Jay, go to Lebanon. Finnish ski troops single-handedly held off the Russian army during World War II. Yeah, I know all about that. And the Finns had a fucking sniper that was legendary that killed thousands of Russians. Afraid of Leo? No, I I stopped talking about Leo when we were under attack by Mr. G. When Lenny had Mr. G attacking him, I figured, you know what? I want to focus on Mr. G right now. I don't have time for Leo. And now I'm bored with Leo. Jay, will you be my life coach? I think I already am. Jay, do you feel any satisfaction that the mailman goes manic when you're brought up? Manic mailman? Not really. I'm a little pissed at Lenny because I wish he would. I actually wish he would let it go because for me, because they're talking about me, I find it to be terrible viewing. But if the fans like it, you know what? I say fuck it, let it rip. Tell if the fans like it, you guys should let Andrew and Lenny and Rob Zilla know that you like it. That's my directive. I personally don't like it, but you know what? I'm no one in the I'm not going to stand in the way of mints. So if you guys like Lenny antagonizing the fuck out of Rob, I mean not Rob, Brad, let them know. Let them know. Big Gay, give us wild drug stories. I really don't have any. I mean, I've done tons of drugs, but nothing ever really that crazy happened. Jay, remember that kid Broke Malone? Yeah, of course I do. I heard he died, but I don't know if that's bullshit or not. Ever do angel dust? Fuck no. I gotta piss. I got nothing to. Here, how about that? Look at the ceiling. Big J is back. It was a quick piss. I have a very wide urethra. Jay, you ever do salvia? No, hell no. But I wish I did. Salvia is pretty fucking smoking hot. You know what I've noticed about PJ is ever since salvia, he's gone after chicks that don't have a brain. Oh, I thought you were talking about PJ Braun's ex girlfriend Salvia. See, I was thinking about pussy. Jay, why don't you drop some weight? I actually think I have. B- Believe it or not, in certain areas of my body, with the exception of my stomach, I actually have some leanness actually starting to show. Mel Gibson or Bruce Willis? Mel Gibson all day long, brother. When are you going to hit the gym with Lenny, man? Never, because every time I announce I'm going to be at home, Brad plans a fucking barbecue. Oh, but maybe, you know what? Lenny might not be going to the next fucking Bard Estates barbecue. Your location is marked, Jay. You know this, right? What did I mark my location as? I did it on purpose. It's not necessarily where I'm really at. Salty Banana sent 50 from NLK. I don't know where NLK is, but thank you. Best way to die: firing squad, hanging, overdose, gas chamber, explosion. Jesus Christ. I don't know how to answer that. I would have to say explosion because you wouldn't even know what hit you. Ron Genova wants to know thoughts on Canadians. Well, considering my grandmother came to this goddamn country from Winnipeg, and she maintained dual citizenship till her death, I would have to say I love Canadians. Should I date my cousin? Absolutely. First, second, or third. I'm getting aroused by this because I think about cousin fucking all the time. I mean, I know have, they say fucking your first cousin, you can have a retarded baby, but really the odds are slim to none. And the odds of having a retarded baby with your second cousin are basically 0%. And most people don't even know who their third cousin is. Like, you could meet your third cousin in a bar, fuck her, marry her, or propose to her. You could date her. You could date your third cousin for months, propose to her, and then when you send out announcements that you're engaged, all of a sudden you're gonna your fucking email's gonna blow up because people are gonna say, you can't marry her. That's your third cousin. But technically, in most states, you can marry your third cousin. In fact, I think in most states you can marry your second cousin. If you're related, it means you're more likely to get along. That's not necessarily true, but yeah, I see your point. I mean, you're going to have certain genetic predispositions, but, you know, they're all second and third cousins after the first date. Could you beat Joe Biden in running up the stairs? That's a funny fucking question. And I'm going to answer it honest as fuck. I actually think. Now, are we counting going down the stairs? Because I think I could beat Joe Biden going upstairs. But actually, I think that old man could beat me going down the stairs. But because my quad tendons are still not flexible to go down the stairs very well. So Joe Biden could probably beat me going down the stairs, but I think I could beat him going up. Bubba's broadside sent $2 from A. Who's A? Greetings. Oh, Australia. Greetings from flooded Sydney, Big J. Australia, what's up? The land. Isn't Mel Gibson from Australia? We just talked about Mel Gibson. I love Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is on my Mount Rushmore of Hollywood actors. My Mount Rushmore of Hollywood actors is Mel Gibson, Clint Eastwood, Paul Newman, and who the fuck was the fourth one? Clint. I can't remember the fourth one. But they're all blue-eyed. Come up with another blue-eyed actor from Hollywood. That's the fourth one on my Clint, Paul Newman, Mel Gibson. No, Burt Reynolds does not have blue eyes. Steve McQueen. There you go. How could I forget Steve McQueen? Yeah, that's my Mount Rushmore. Steve McQueen, Paul Newman, Clint Eastwood, and Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is American, you dipshit. Is he really? It's just kind of because the original Mad Max it is so Australian to me. I like when they talk about the engine on that car. They say it's got phase four heads, and anybody who's in a Pontiac knows that phase four heads are actually SD 455 heads. They only called them phase four heads in Australia. So the original Mad Max must be an Australian film. It's not a very good movie. It's really not. Jay, what's the best stack for putting on muscle and strength? Dude, how many times do I have to say it? Test, Deca, and D-ball. And anybody who refutes that is a moron. Thoughts on Hitler considering Persians and Japanese to be foreign races of origin, of Aryan origin? I wouldn't say that about the Japanese because they are some ugly motherfucking people. Like, I would rather have a Korean broad over a Japanese broad any day of the fucking week. Korean women are actually the most attractive of all the fish heads. Japanese people are fucking ugly. Now, Persians are fucking hot. Did you guys see that our fellow misfit maniac, who happens to be a Persian, posted a picture of her feet in a pair of sandals? Dude, she's got some fucking drop dead gorgeous fucking feet. Could you do a shout out to my friend Heinrich Himmler? Have you ever made gains working out once a week? Well, that's a tough one, bro. I mean, I'm sure there's guys who can bench press a shit ton of weight. That's all they do is is they do pressing movements once a week. And God knows there's people that can deadlift a shit ton of weight that just deadlift once a week. But eh, you know, I think to really, really make gains, you gotta train twice a week at a bare minimum. I mean, doing a full body workout once a week it just doesn't work. And I'll tell you, I worked out twice this weekend. I worked out yesterday and I worked out today. And I'll tell you what I did. Yesterday I did my pressing workout because, obviously I have bad knees. Even though I'm recovering from a pec injury, still my lower body is worse. So I always put preference on my pressing. So yesterday was my bench press day. I did bench, decline. Then I went back to the flat bench, did my close grip. Then I did an incline. And then for my final exercise, I went over to the hammer strength military and did a couple sets of shoulders just because I don't want to completely neglect my shoulders. And then today I did a combination of legs and back. And this is a workout that I've done a few times, and I think it's fucking awesome. I did a relatively easy squat to warm up with. I mean, I didn't go crazy in the squat because obviously I have surgically repaired knees. But anyway, so I did my squat as my warm up, and then I deadlifted second, and then third. Because I'm working out of the power rack. I basically hogged a power rack for 4 exercises in a row. My third exercise was a barbell shrug. And then the next I did a barbell row in the same rack. Now, you're probably wondering, Jay, why would you waste your time with a shrug as your third exercise? And that's a good question and a valid question. And I'll tell you why. Because if you do the barbell row right after squat and deadlift, your lower back is going to wind up cramping. So basically, I treat the barbell shrugs almost like resting. And for Christ's sakes, I went up to 405 on the shrugs. So, I call it resting. But I wound up shrugging, 405. And then I do the barbell rows fourth. And then my fifth exercise, I finished up on a hammer strength isolateral low row. So I basically hammered my entire posterior chain with those 5 exercises. And I even included a little bit of quads because I warmed up. My first exercise was squats. So you can pretty effectively train your body 2 days a week. I mean, I just did it. I do it all the time. Big J is the best strength-based training program. Well, I've been doing it a long time, and I try and, you should be able to train your body, your entire body, with no more than 12 exercises. I mean, come on, man. If I had a third day, like if I didn't have to combine legs and back today, and that's the only reason I would ever squat and deadlift on the same day. If I could break it up and have another day and, do some squats, some hack squats, some leg press, some lying leg curls, You really only need to train 3 days a week and do 4 exercises per training session. That's 12 exercises. Find 12 compound movements that you really like and get really good at those 12 compound movements and forget about everything fucking else. But that workout I did today, man, I squat, deadlift, barbell shrug, barbell row, and then a hammer strength isolateral fucking low row. Dude, fucking awesome. I fucking hit, because I did my pressing routine yesterday, I hit every single muscle in my body except the muscles you use for pressing. And I did it with 5 exercises. Hit my quads, my hamstrings, my entire back, and even a little bit of biceps. Now, granted, I only did 2 exercises that involved the biceps, the barbell row and the the hammer strength isolateral low row. But I don't give a fuck about biceps. I'm no PJ Braun. Thoughts on rack pulls? I don't agree with rack pulls. I mean, I'm fat as fuck, and I still make myself do my deadlifts off the motherfucking floor because, dude, I was a track and field athlete in college, and I did the shot put and the hammer throw, a little bit of discus, and I know for a fact in sports, positions create power. I don't care how strong you are. Positions create power. And the same is true in lifting. Like, sure, you're strong and you can rack deadlift a lot, but if you can't get your body in the proper position, you're never going to create fucking power. So let's take a guy like Lenny, who can't squat to parallel and can't deadlift off the floor and can't tap the floor with his barbell rows. Let's just focus on those 3 exercises. Three exercises that have been around, for 140 fucking years. Sure, Lenny is strong for a 50-year-old man who's 300 pounds or whatever, but he's not creating any power because he's never, ever getting his body in the correct position. Like Lenny's squats are an abomination. His deadlifts are an abomination. His barbell rows are an abomination. So what I say for athletes over 50, like Lenny and myself, lighten up the weight and do them correctly and create some fucking power. Because don't worry about your strength. At our age, who really cares about strength? If you want to maintain somewhat of a healthy lifestyle, creating power is more important than raw strength. And to create power, you have to be in the correct position. So, doggy position. No, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, I'm 52 years old. I don't need to do a Yates row just so I can post a video on Instagram of me rowing 405 like Dale does. I'd rather do them the correct way and keep my back flat, parallel to the floor, and tap the ground with each rep, and only do 315. I'm 52 fucking years old. I don't need to post on Instagram me doing a Dorian Yates row of 405. Those are for people that want to look cool, like Dale. And Dale still doesn't look cool. I just think, obviously, technique is the most important thing at any age. But I think as an aging athlete, over 50, who's in the past couple of years, I've suffered two pretty bad injuries. First the knees in South Dakota, and then the chest on December 26th, 11 a.m., Spanish River Park. You start to reevaluate. Like, I don't really care about my weights anymore. I'm gonna start doing the shit right. Fuck it. And see, I think the difference between me and Lenny is Lenny suffered a bunch of injuries years ago, where mine have been recent. So I've completely gone back to the drawing board and building myself up from scratch. I mean, like today, my top set of squats was 245. A lot of people think, 245 ain't shit, Jay. Well, go look at my video. I'm pretty proud of squatting 245 today. It wasn't just for one rep either. But I don't know. I wish I could coach Lenny. I love Lenny, and I'm glad Lenny fucking blasted Brad, because Brad is a complete cuckold. Many haters here. Care to address them, Jay? No. Fuck. Jill Biden or Melania Trump? I would fuck Jill Biden. I mean, obviously I would fuck Melania, but I'm pretty sure Jill Biden is a fuck ton younger than Joe. Because remember, Joe Biden's first wife died in a fucking car crash with his daughter in the car running a red light. Yeah. Which one are you talking about? Tiffany Trump? I mean, yeah, she's cute. And she's going to be a billionaire, but I wouldn't say she's hot. But cute and a billionaire, yeah, that works. I didn't realize I took my phone into the bathroom. I'm pissing right now. Jesus Christ. Donnie Matthews sent $5 from Canada. Let her cry, Father. Everybody knows I like that song by Hootie and the Blowfish. Big deal. Do you ever have kidney stones? No, I drink too much to have kidney stones. When will you meet Lenny again? I'll probably see Lenny the next time I go home. Doesn't sound like Lenny's going out to Bradford Manor for any more burnt ribeyes. I guess Brad was so pissed off after the podcast, he wouldn't even give Lenny a ride home. That's what kind of bitch Brad is. Brad is a little bitch. He told Lenny that I'm not even giving you a ride home. After the fucking podcast was over, you know who gave Lenny a ride home? The conservative Cuban. Brad's a little bitch. And we've known this about Brad. We've known this about Brad for a long time. And you know what? We all forgot about it. If you go back to those early Misfit episodes, go back to the 70s, the 60s, when the male prick, before he grew his hair long and started using gel, what a miserable person he was back in those days. And he's kind of gone full circle and has become that person again. So I wish Brad the best, but I doubt he's going to be forgiving me anytime soon. So I don't care. I really don't care. Jay, can I drink while taking Anavar? Anavar is probably the safest. Well, it's definitely the safest oral. No questions asked. And even when compared to most injectables, it's still pretty safe. So don't get your panties in a wad. But let me ask you a question. You shouldn't be doing Anavar any more than 6 weeks anyway, because it is an oral. You should be using Anavar to blast. You should be stacking it with testosterone and an injectable anabolic, and until those really kick in, your gains in your first 3 weeks are usually going to come from the oral. So those first 3 weeks, when you're blasting the fuck out of Anavar, I mean, come on, man. You want to get big? You can go 21 days without drinking, can't you? I mean, if you can't go 6 weeks without drinking, only do Anavar for the first 21. There's no rule that says you have to do orals for a full 6 weeks. If you feel that it's better for you to just kickstart your cycle for the first 21 days with an oral, then that's what works for you. And anybody can quit drinking for 21 days, unless you're a hopeless alcoholic. So if you're worried about it in the least, but you like to drink, you know what I would say? Don't do Anavar for the full 6 weeks. Just blast the living dog shit out of it for the first 3 weeks of your cycle. And you can go 21 days without drinking. Remember, orals are not your cycle. Your cycle is your testosterone and the injectable anabolic that you're stacking with your testosterone. Your orals are just a kick starter, and a lot of people use the kickstart for the first 6 weeks, but someone like me, I noticed after 3 weeks of orals, I start to feel sick. So I haven't done orals in a long time. I don't think I've done orals since my bench press competition when I did 500, because after 3 weeks of orals, I start to feel sick. I don't need orals. I'm already 300 and fucking 25 pounds. You know, if you don't like orals and if you don't like side effects and if you don't like taxing your fucking organs, don't do fucking orals. I mean, come on, man. Everyone wants to do orals because, you know, they're afraid of pinning. Pinning is safety. Orals are what are going to kill you or give you bad side effects. But be a man. You can quit drinking for 21 days. And dude, unless you're competing in a powerlifting contest or a bodybuilding show, you don't even need to do orals for a full 6 weeks. Because if you just do 21 days of an oral to kickstart your cycle, by 21 days, the testosterone and the injectable that you're stacking with it will be kicked in. You'll be fine. Just do more. Make a commitment to yourself. Make yourself a little deal. Say, look, I was going to do 100 milligrams of Anavar a day for 6 weeks. But, I really don't want to, drink while I'm on orals. Well, you know what? Here's Big J's solution. Be a man, suck it up, and just say, you know what? I can go 21 days without drinking, but I'm going to do the same amount of Anavar. So I'm gonna do 200 mgs of Anavar the first 21 days of my cycle, and then when I go off the orals, I'll have a beer, and then you'll be. By then, whatever injectable you're stacking with your testosterone, your Primo, your Equipoise, your Deca, your Tren, whatever, by then it'll be kicked in. You really, unless you're training for a contest, you really don't need orals more than 21 days. Because if you're just cycling to be a weekend warrior, dude, come on, man. You don't need 6 weeks of orals. 21 days. If you're just a weekend warrior that's not going to compete, you don't need 6 weeks of D-ball or 6 weeks of Anadrol. Fuck. Hell no. Just rely more on the injectables and then just, jam up the dosages on those orals and cut it to 21 days. Dogs will clean up a cream pie. Fact. Yeah. Dude, dogs are disgusting. Dogs will gangbang a fucking a bitch in heat. And when one dog finishes, all those other dogs will be fighting for the fucking cream pie because they're not doing it because they enjoy it. It's ingrained in their DNA, like through evolution. Like species that survive have somehow their behavior has been put in their DNA so to do things so that their DNA gets passed on. Jay, the cream pie encyclopedia. Yeah, I mean, all right, let me ask you a question. If you love your wife and you plan on staying married to your wife, would you rather lick up a PM's cream pie and keep her from getting pregnant? Or would you rather your wife had a little mixed breed baby? And that's a tough question right there. The correct answer is divorce, because obviously you get a DNA test, it's not your kid. The correct answer is divorce. But it mud sharkening. I'm just throwing fucking hypotheticals out there. Salty banana, NOK $50. I'm gonna drink tomorrow and I'm gonna buy your jug, Jay. It's awesome. This is a coffee mug from TA and Petro truck stops. It's cuckening. I mean, obviously, divorce it is the correct answer. But honestly, let's just say for some reason divorce was not an option. Like, let's say you were royalty and you had a $250 million inheritance coming, where if you got divorced, you couldn't get the inheritance. So you can't divorce. Otherwise, it's going to cost you $250 million. And what would you choose? Would you suck all the black cum out of your wife, or would you raise a little Negro child as your own? I mean, I'm just saying this for fucking fun. I don't give a fuck what you say. Use gun. Dude, I don't want to answer this. Right. Right. Think about it. Actually, I don't think you can stop a pregnancy by cleaning up a cream pie. Um, so I think the correct answer would be raise a little PM as your own child. Because if you're going to inherit $250 million, you could always just send that little PM to a private school somewhere where no one would know it was your kid. Hey, Lithuania, what's up? Anybody remember the Lithuanian basketball team that wore the tie-dye t-shirts? What Olympics was that? 92 or 96? Brian, I didn't see you give me $50. I'm sorry. My shit's only up to $82. So a lot of these things people have given me, it never even went through because Tom Taselis, the retired policeman, Chuck E. Cheese, I'm not real happy with you right now. Using the audio of my double knee accident when that in that your latest release. Come on, Cheese. No, I'm not pissed at cheese. It really wasn't that bad. I just didn't like the fact that I was looking at the comments, and even little tiny Dale Chance chimed in. Anyone send this to Jay yet? Like, like anything that gets Dale pleasure, I'm against. Jay, is there metal in your knees? I think so. I think they used a little bit of steel cable to attach the tendons, if I remember what the surgeon said. Now, remember, I was on tons of drugs when I met with my surgeon. What was your first car, Jay? A 1969 Chevy Camaro. It was originally a Daytona yellow 350 two-speed power glide car that somebody painted fucking Hugger orange. But by the time I got the car, um, someone had obviously it wasn't Daytona yellow anymore. Someone had painted it Hugger orange, and someone had swapped out the original two-speed power glide for a turbo 350 three-speed automatic. Oxys or alcohol, which feels better? I clean any cream pies in it. No, but Marino 4592 sent $4.99 American. Big J, what's up, brah? When are you coming back in town so we can finally get a workout in? Oh, I think that's David. David, I believe, is a Puerto Rican gentleman. Don't you think that this is all your fault? That everyone hates you for a reason, Jay? I'm serious. Everyone hates you. It's not anyone's fault but your own. Who hates me besides Brad? I mean, come on, man. I'll wait. Who hates me besides Brad? Oh, Kim Haynes, Hamburg. Okay. I gave you the three easy ones. Now the list gets a lot tougher. I don't even thoughts on McCuck being more successful than you. I really don't know. No one knows the truth about McCuck. So, oh, Kalura might hate me. That's fine. I don't think Lou hates me. I mean, if Lou hates me, that's a loss to Lou because I got nothing against him. A lot of the fans hate you for tearing apart the main group of guys. How did I do it? Marino, you just sent $1.99 to say what? I didn't tear apart shit. I'm just, I brought facts to the fucking table. And look, I have a confession to make. When I was a younger man, like in my high school days, I was somewhat of a fascist. Um, so my my thoughts and what I believe in when it comes to the retarded children aren't exactly popular beliefs. And because they make some people uncomfortable. And I'm not sure whose fault that is, mine or theirs. It really doesn't matter. But the fact that as a former fascist, I have certain beliefs about retarded children, that I may still harbor, that shouldn't tear apart the Misfits. I mean, for crying out loud. Some people got some really thin fucking skin. If some beliefs that I have about retarded children, because I used to be a somewhat of a Nazi sympathizer, which I'm not now, but I used to be. If some people in the Misfits have such thin skin because of my thoughts on retarded children that this is driving the Misfits apart, then that person needs to fucking go. I mean, for fucking Christ's sakes. I'm not going to apologize for that. The fuck? I mean, if you want to build a country stronger, and if you want to cut entitlements, like cut the burden on the taxpayers, fascism actually is kind of slick. Like retarded children are just left to expire. You don't go to these great lengths to fucking keep them alive just so that they can be a burden of the parents, burden of the taxpayers. You know? I mean, I know this is an ultra right wing opinion, but because I have this opinion, you're saying it's my fault I split up the Misfits? Go fuck yourself. A lot of people share my opinion. They just don't have the nutsack to a fucking admit it. I mean, for God's sake. Why not be happy, Jay, and spread positivity? Like Big Rob Fitness? Should I be doing videos with retarded children? That would make me like humanity? Fuck you and fuck your humanity. I'm a far right motherfucker. Stop it. I have kids. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, don't blame me for fucking breaking up the Misfits, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. I didn't do anything. Fuck. Because I talk about the truth? I'm the bad guy? What are we all supposed to be a bunch of Democrats now? We're not allowed to talk about the truth? Fuck. If you guys don't want to hear the truth, and that's what you want the Misfits to be, I don't want to be a part of that organization anyway. Misfits should be an organization of truth where we talk about things and we spread truth. When the Misfits become an outfit that doesn't stand for truth, I want nothing to do with it. You know? Truth, justice, and the Nazi way for Jay. Unfortunately, yes. Chuck E. Cheese Ranch says Jay scapegoating on principles. Well, Chuck E. Cheese Ranch, I have a way of being so fucking intelligent. I can talk my way out of just about fucking anything. Are you going to use that against me too? For crying out loud. He's lonesome tonight. I'm about to walk about 10 feet from my fucking hotel room and go to the hotel bar. Don't tell me I'm fucking lonesome tonight. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm about literally 10 steps from smoking free cigarettes. Pomps was just ripping you. Dude, Pomps is a fucking coward. I don't care what Pomps has to say. You're a backstabber that no one can trust. Prince Andrew don't like you anymore. Oh, good. Jay, you should have stood up to Brad. Everyone else in the group is scared to do so. What are you talking about? Prince Andrew tolerates you because Prince Andrew tolerates your mental illness because he pities you. You're a charity case. Well, if Prince Andrew is listening, you know what? I don't want any more of your charity. Jay was the best misfit. The others were boring. What are you grateful for? Um, my incredible genetics, um, being born white, um, being born into a extremely upper middle class family. I mean, it as a child, I took tennis lessons, golf lessons, swimming lessons. I mean, things other kids don't experience, but I did. It gave me skills. I'm grateful for having a college education.
Um, I'm grateful for being taller than Dale.
Fingers covering the mic. Oh, I'm sorry. I grateful for my hair. Yeah, grateful for my hair. I have incredible hair. Grateful for a cleanup job. Yeah, I mean, I admit it. Thoughts on Kalura? You know what? Kalura is in the same category as Leo for me. Like when Mr. G started attacking Lenny, I completely lost interest in Kalura. So I'd like to put Kalura in the past with Leo. Like just like ugh, we got new fights. When is the McCuck rematch? You know what? When there's not going to be a rematch. Actually, you know what? Here's the rematch. When Adam McLeod successfully beats cancer, I challenge him to a hamburger eating contest in Boca Raton, Florida. How about that? When Adam McLeod successfully beats cancer, I challenge him to a hamburger eating contest in Boca Raton, Florida. So you guys stop talking about Adam McLeod. He's going through fucking chemo right now. Leave the guy fucking alone. You look tired, Jay. That's because I need a cigarette, you cocksucker. I get a little blast of nicotine. I get a spring in my step. Remember, I haven't smoked since Thursday. It's fucking Sunday. I'm probably going through withdrawals right now. Adam put you in a camel clutch. That's not the camel clutch, is it? Alex just sent $1.99. Adam must pay, Father. Dude, I really don't have any fucking thing against Adam McLeod going on right now. And I hope Adam McLeod is fucking listening. Because the last time I thought this, Adam McLeod went on the Delray Misfits and completely fucking, or the Delray Misfits podcast and completely trashed me. So I hope this time Adam and I have actually come to an agreement that we're not going to talk shit about each other. Jay's Jay's not really a bad guy. Are you humbled by Adam? No, not at all. I mean, Jay, the group walks on eggshells when Brad is in the room, or Brad is in a bad mood. That's wrong. See, and that's how I felt when we were filming that video, and Brad at Bradford Manor when Brad threw my chains across the room. It was like I guess I was walking on eggshells. I should have fucking I should have fucking whooped his ass right then and there and put an end to his fucking attitude. Because you know what? You're right. I was walking on eggshells when Brad threw my chains across the room. I was a complete pussy when he did that. And you know what? Because I didn't stand up to him, everything has gotten so much worse. When Brad threw my tire chains across the floor, and I didn't even do anything to deserve that. I was trying to make the workout better. And he was just being himself. You know what? The only reason I didn't punch him in the nose is because I didn't want to have to leave. So actually, I was being the cuckold. And by doing that, I fucking fed into what has made the current Big Brad prick who he is now. Like, and man, he's a big house of cards that is about to come down. I mean, he has zero credibility to be talking all the shit he's talking, and whatever. I pray for him, and I pray for Valerie, and I pray for Valerie's son, and I don't wish any bad on them. I really don't. But you know what? That day that fucking Brad threw my chains across the fucking floor, I should have just whooped his fucking ass, and then we wouldn't be in this situation. And but we are, and now Lenny and Brad are at odds, but I don't think Lenny's at odds. I think Brad's really pissed. When I found out that the conservative Cuban had to drive Lenny home because Brad told Lenny to go fuck himself, well, we got problems. So, but I pray for Brad, I pray for Valerie, and I pray for Valerie's son. And I don't want any harm to come to them. This situation is seriously spiraled out of fucking control, and I don't want to add to it. I mean, wink, wink, but no, seriously, Brad's not a bad guy. Brad is actually a pretty fucking cool guy. He let me tell you guys a secret about Brad. He turns into a fucking asshole on camera. Like you can be like hanging out with Brad, like you know, Brad's offering like, well, let me wash your car, or what can I do for your mom, or not fuck my mom, but you know what I'm saying. Like, hey, Jay, is there anything I can do for you? You're a good friend. And, and then the minute Andrew starts filming, Brad is like, fuck you, Jay, you're a fat fucking moron, retard, fucking loser. I mean, it's all fucking fake, man. It it's fake. Brad is not like that when the camera's not rolling. He's a nice man. I think the Misfits have actually ruined Brad. Fuck. Nice man took my chains. Right. Dude, I wasn't expecting that reaction out of him at all. I was just trying to experiment. Like it as weightlifters and students of strength, because we should all consider ourselves students of strength. The minute you consider yourself a master of strength, you become a complete moron. You can become a blaha. I consider myself a student of strength. I want to try new things. Is it bands? Is it chains? Whatever we're gonna do. You know, let's have some fucking fun. I'm 52 years old. I don't care about lifting the most weight. Let's have some fucking fun. Let's try something fucking new. And when Brad got so fucking cranky, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Keep your chains to yourself, Father. Blaha is strong. Blaha is not strong. Even with my surgically repaired knees, I can probably out deadlift Blaha. And I'm probably 10 years older than him, too. I'm getting the burps. I need a cigarette. You should fight Blaha. Why would I want to fight Blaha when I would rather become friends with Blaha, and maybe Blaha would take me deer hunting? What the fuck's wrong with you people? Any update on Jennifer? No, I have no idea about Jennifer. Man, I miss the old days when Jennifer was living with Koth Andrew. When Jennifer was living with Koth Andrew, I lived in the same community, so I could roll over there without the fear of getting a drunk driving. To go hang out with them and smoke a little grass. Bum some cigarettes. Good times, bro. I really enjoyed my time with Koth Andrew and the lovely Jennifer. The, we never filmed anything, but I used to party over at Koth Andrew and the lovely Jennifer's place quite a bit, like once a week. Like I I I would, run out of cigarettes or whatnot, and I would pimp my car over to fucking Koth Andrew's place, you know, smoke some grass, smoke some cigarettes. I really like Colt Andrew and the lovely Jennifer. Those are good times. I don't think I had Instagram back then. I don't remember. Father. And no, Colt Andrew is a good guy. I haven't seen him in years, but you're not going to catch me saying anything bad about Colt Andrew or the lovely Jennifer. They were kind of the power couple of the Delray Misfits for a while. And I lived in the same community as them. I used to get fucking drunk off my ass and drive over there. You know, we'd smoke a little grass, smoke some cigarettes, fucking hang out. Good people, man. Good fucking people. Thoughts on Steve Eiserman? What the fuck? The captain? Shut the fuck up. What the fuck? What the fuck could I say about Steve Eiserman that could change anything anybody else thinks about Steve Eiserman, you goddamn cocksucker? What a fucking stupid comment. I will tell you one thing about Steve Eiserman. I remember being real young. I must have been in about the 9th grade. And I remember watching the 5 o'clock news in Detroit. And the sportscaster said, well, the Detroit Red Wings drafted a young kid named Steve Eiserman. And I'm going to tell you people that we're going to win some championships with this kid. And I don't remember who that sportscaster's name was, but fuck, he was right. We did win some championships. But your words mean nothing. You destroyed the Misfits. You guys give me a lot of credit. I destroyed the Misfits. So I must have a lot of power, huh? I mean, if I destroyed the Misfits, I must have an insane amount of power. If what you're saying is true. But if you're lying, it's false. Bob Probert's the man. Yeah, Proby was sweet. A lot better hockey player than people give him the credit for. He gets a lot of credit for being a goon and a good fighter, but man, he was a pretty goddamn good fighter. I mean, hockey player. Jesus Christ. He was such a good hockey player that even after he got busted for cocaine and couldn't travel to Canada for games, the Red Wings still kept him on the roster. I mean, he was a good hockey player. Red Wings went through like a period where they 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 had so many fucking Hall of Famers, you know. Um, like a lot of people ask me, who's your favorite Red Wing? And you know, you know, a lot of people think this is blasphemy, but my favorite Red Wing is Brett Hull. I mean, come on, man. You're talking about Brett Hull, and that that's pretty much my favorite Red Wing because the teams that Brett Hull was on were the best Red Wing teams. Yeah, Brett Hull was in St. Louis. He went to the Red Wings to win a fucking cup. Because you're a backstabber. You trusted to destroy. Stop. Oh. I think Chris Chelios from the fucking Blackhawks went to the Red Wings too. I mean, when the Chelios was a fucking Red Wing. I mean, come on, man. Chris Chelios is not my favorite Red Wing. He was a fucking Blackhawk. Oh, the note. I'm doing cocaine. Tips on flirting with girls. You know, I'm pretty bad at that. Um, it's never been one of my strong suits. You know, I mean, my whole life I've just been so shockingly good looking that I've never really had to flirt with girls. That I kind of just let the girls decide, you know, who's going to be with Big J. You know, let them fight amongst themselves who gets to have me. And then I pretty much just, you know, go with the flow. Dude, but, you know, I was just, I can't tell this story. So many stories from college where I came on chicks. Oh, uh, need a fucking cigarette. So you basically relied on luck. Chuck E. Cheese chance. Um, no. But here's the deal. If you sit back and 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 let the chick that wants it the most alpha chick, the chick that knows what she wants. I mean, it's basically the lazy man's way to do it, and that's pretty. I hate to admit it that now that I think about it, that's pretty much what I did. It is, I pretty much my whole life sat back, did nothing, and let the alpha females decide, who I was going to be with. And that's the fucking sad truth. Jesus Christ. I never thought of it that way until right now. But yeah, I'm so fucking lazy. I let the alpha females decide who I was going to be with, when I was going to be with. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's all right. I had a good time. And I'd like to dump a beer on you. Go ahead and try, bro. I'm 6 feet, 325. I'm gonna fucking punch you in your jaw. But maybe not. I mean, like if we're at the beach and you want to dump a beer on me, fuck. Lenny and Jay made Brad look like Mr. G before there was a Mr. G. Kinda. All right. All right, guys. I feel bad. My captain. I'm going to go to the bar, which is literally, I think, 10 steps from my room. And I'm friends with the bartender, and he's got smokes. So if you guys can be quiet, I'll take it with me. Oh, I need my mask. Oh. Thank God I remember that. Can't read all this. So, time is it? Hey, what time is it?
6:47.
How come the lounge isn't open? Why?